In the previous videos, you could see us doing many projects, setting base camp with containers, decks and roofs, renovating a ruin or transforming the landscape. But we rarely talk about other stuff at the camp that is essential for our project. In this video, we will show them to you. Welcome to a new Project Kamp update. So, the Project Kamp you normally see in the videos has a lot to do with building, renovating, digging, chopping. But there is a lot of things that happens behind the scenes, and many of you ask in the comments what happens beyond the projects we do, and in this video we will show you. Come with me. So the first thing you need to know is that we organize in seasons. From April to November we work on projects, and during the winter we reflect and plan what will come next season. We have people staying long term and managing the project over the different seasons. And then we have short-term people coming to help with their skills for part or for the whole season. But as we grow, we need systems to organize. One of the important ones is the weekly planning board. This is our weekly plan board, our plan semanal. Every Monday morning we meet here with the whole group and we organize our week, and we mark here events that will happen during the days, people that will be coming, people that will be going. We also have the teams that clean throughout the week on each specific day. And then we also use this time to try to learn a bit Portuguese every week. And we have a team that prepares the bread and a team that is responsible to prepare the oven night on Friday night. And then the development work in the camp is organized around different teams like Workspace, which renovates, builds and creates awesome stuff, or General Help, that clears out invasive species, plants native trees, or just discovers waterfalls and lagoons. So these are the teams that you normally see the projects being made. But in order for these projects to be uploaded on YouTube, we need a... At the moment there are two people making the videos, Javier and Guy, and also Dave is always around helping. Now I realize you don't know much about Guy, so maybe it's a good moment to introduce him.
Hi, my name is Guilherme. I'm 20 years old and I am from Portugal. Here I am a video editor, but I'm also passionate about nature, music, coding, bikes, handwork, meeting people, and apparently fixing stuff that I break. I came to Project Kamp because I wanted so much to work with Javi. I came to Project Kamp because I was really inspired by it, and I believe that the project is doing something good for the planet. I don't have a concrete thing that I want to do in the future, but for sure I want to do something that makes the world around me a little bit better. Like this video, so keep watching it.
Now that you know the video making team, they can explain us how Project Kamp videos are created.
Question number one, how do we do the videos?
From last season, we started a system where people will actually record themselves, the team that are doing the projects. Then they download all the clips in a computer we have over there.
So here's an old MacBook with a broken screen. So we took it off and now we have a screen. So we have this funky, weird laptop. Well, it's not a laptop, PC, I don't know, this thing.
And with that footage, when we're going to start editing the project, we grab all the files, put it in a timeline, start chopping.
Chopping!
And I love chopping.
And then we figure out what's missing, we script some voiceovers and intros, record what's needed, and then make all the pieces together with some nice music and some background noises. And that's pretty much it.
Sounds easy.
It's not.
We have 3 Sony ZV-1s, 6 GoPros, 7.
So one GoPro flushed away. So now it's somewhere there, but there are a lot of brumbles.
We like to buy second hand, and these ones are cheaper and still good quality.
If you have anything to replace, or just for the sake of teaching the people how to use the cameras, it's better if it's just the same model.
We also have a drone, a Mavic Pro, that I just broke and then repaired, so that's good.
Nice.
For music, we use Soundstripe. It's a paid platform where you can get music.
Is that where you guys find all this banjo music?
Yeah. And this funky music.
I like funky music,
I like it as well.
but people prefer folk sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's hard to be good to everyone.
It's hard for him not to copy my music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
DaVinci Resolve for editing. We use that. We used to use Premiere, but it's paid compatibility issues, so we stick with DaVinci. It's free, it's good, does the job.
Sorry, Adobe.
I think they can manage. And how are the flies?
Everywhere. Sticking to my sweating skin.
I have a question for you, Dave, also.
What is that?
Can I get the camera? Okay. So, Dave, how about the results of the channel and the videos?
Yeah, it's cool. I think the main challenge for us is always to integrate it properly, that the people that film know how to do it, and then deliver good files to the editors. And so the system feels pretty good. And also the channel, I mean, everyone leaves good comments, channel is growing, so it's cool. Yeah, this year we started really going more for integrating patrons, which has been really cool. Also to not depend too much on Google to pay the bills, but more directly from people. Which, it's been growing a lot, so that's really cool. Feels like the long-term thing that's gonna fuel Project Kamp. So one thing we're gonna try, I know it's a sensitive point, is to integrate an advertisement. Mainly because it will give us quite an extra amount of money to just build buildings and stuff. And we already have ads anyway from YouTube, but we also don't want to compromise the video. So we're trying to find this balance in selecting things that we actually think make sense. So being very critical in the product and also finding a way to integrate it nicely in the video. So we're gonna give that a try. We're not sure if we're gonna keep it, so if y'all don't like it, we will stop it, but we want to at least give it a try, so we are real YouTubers. And we also, with that, we're gonna make that the patrons, they don't see any advertisements if you support on Patreon, and we're also gonna start uploading in 4K, so even more reasons to become a patron. So we're trying to find this balance between how can you sustain a project, get enough income, but do it in a way that you also think makes sense. So we're exploring still the options, whether it's Patreon, YouTube, another kind of funding, like we don't know yet. So we're still figuring it out.
So, money comes in, but where does it go? Well, a big part goes into developing the project itself. For instance, buying materials, tools, containers, a trailer. But then, in order to have a lot of people in the camp to make these projects happen, we need to caretake for them. So, being 20 people here, it's around €5 per person per day. That means €3,000 on supplying people's needs at the camp. And out of that, the biggest part goes into food, for which our kitchen team is responsible. Meet Timo and Paul.
So we're 2 people working in the kitchen. And we're cooking 2 meals per day during the week. It's important to the people to receive their meals on time. So we try to be finished at 1 p.m. with lunch and 7 p.m. With a dinner. And also it helps to have 2 people in the kitchen, I guess, because when one is feeling more hectic, you can kind of balance it out a bit.
It's nice to have a little bit more time, can divide the task, and don't be stressed in the kitchen at all.
Super big fridge that is sometimes very full and a bit chaotic, but it helps us store a lot of food, and we have a lot of, I think, variety in the meals we prepare in terms of veggies. To me, the kitchen when I came here offered already a lot of different spices I could use, and I like the pans we're cooking with.
It's a lot of fun, a lot of creativity needed, and I really like that. It's a lot of fun, especially with cooking for 20 people. Sometimes it's hard and a challenge to do the right amount. Also, what I really like is to reuse the leftovers and making new stuff out of it, or just putting it in the salad or stuff like this.
One of the things that makes the cooking most interesting to me here, because we have a set of veggies that are available to us, and we find ways on creating interesting meals with them that are also like balanced in terms of the diet.
For me, it's not a lot of planning at all. You can improvise, you can plan, of course. We have a board to plan the whole week actually, but I never used it.
Besides what Paul said about the planning, which is more like the day-to-day prepare every meal stuff, we do have to take care of having enough supplies here. We go shopping twice a week to 4 different places. There's a small farm run by Nuno who grows in a regenerative way. There's a bigger farm growing in an organic way. The other 2 suppliers are 2 shops. One is a bio shop run by a Dutch couple, but we're trying to move more towards a small bulk shop in Tondela, where we get most our bulk supplies nowadays.
We basically try to document everything we buy and consume.
Knowing our baseline consumption, is it organic, is it grown in a regenerative way, find out which are the goods that have the most impact maybe on climate or social stuff, that we can maybe then switch for other goods to have a better or less of an impact on the environment.
As they said, we source our food from outside the camp, but the bread, that we prefer to bake our own, since we have a nice clay oven and a lot of mimosas for fuel.
Right now I'm at the last stage of bread making, the way we make bread. I'm oiling the molds, and I'm also gonna knead the bread for the last time and cut it in pieces. We started by 1, but right now we are more people, so we are baking twice a week. 6 breads 2 times, so 12 breads a week, which in total is like 13 or 14 kilos of bread. Right now we are doing 50-50, 50% white flour and 50% whole grain. We have a bread team. We are 4 people. 2 of them are more into it, and some of them are starting to learn how to bake and how to make bread. I started learning from Adrian and from Javi. Yeah, I just got into it. I liked it. Every week it was getting better and better. So we started trying new things and different ways of making the dough and baking. And yeah, I think right now we have pretty good bread. I'm happy with it. And also because I like the way people react to new bread every week, and that is getting better. I would say the most tricky part is the oven temperature and how to bake it, or the time you bake it. So if you want to learn, you can check the research model.
Apart from the video making and food, we have a very important area behind the scenes. A big difference with other off-grid projects is that we document much of the work we do. We share it online and open source. This is part of our mission, and the first step for that is having a proper documentation to share.
So documenting is getting all the technical information from all the projects, the materials, the cost of the materials, the tools we've used for building the project, and also putting the measurements in 3D models and 2D drawings, so that it's easy for people to replicate it, like to replicate the whole project or just replicate a little part of it. Right now we are documenting the toilet, so we will be able to upload it in some weeks. And here you can see the door. Nice door. Yeah, we've already done the tent, and we've already documented the roof from the container. We have seen ourselves like ready to start with it, so that we can little by little upload all the projects we have or we are doing, so we can fulfill the vision of the project. Basically, that is giving all this information we have in an open source.
Okay, at this point maybe it's worth to explain some stuff first. Project Kamp belongs to a bigger family called One Army, which develops other projects like Precious Plastic that shares tools and machines to recycle plastic and creates a community of plastic recyclers around the world. Or Fixing Fashion that want people to help to repair and upgrade their clothes so there is less textile waste. All these projects work on big global problems and are open source, which means everyone can join. Have a look on onearmy.earth to see them. Anyway, for this we also started to develop our own software to build communities so people can share knowledge and collaborate with each other. We call this software Community Platform. Sean and Dave can tell us more about it.
So the community platform underpins all of the One Army projects. So Fixing Fashion, Precious Plastic, Project Kamp. There's different modules within that. There's how-tos, research, the map, events, and different projects are using different modules at the minute. There's lots of contributors and there's a handful of maintainers, and most of them are spread across the world and work remotely when they can. And I'm sort of trying out working here on site at Project Kamp, which is going well, I think. I'm enjoying it anyway.
We used to have forums installed, which is a way for people to talk with each other on the internet. But it became a bit messy because some people start talking a lot into sort of a quick conversation, and then you have the good knowledge which was hidden and you couldn't find that. Some features were missing, like a map to show the entire community. So we started developing our own community software, basically software to build these communities, because we believe they should exist more around the world. And yeah, in this way we can decide ourselves what features it should have, and also reward, for instance, users that make very good long-term information, so you can put the incentives at the right place, which is currently not necessarily the case in other platforms. Yeah, so it's one of those small little things. Instead of making, liking popular content, we have a useful button to just say this thing is useful, and it's a lot aimed for that, like trying to make useful things. So one of the things we've noticed that it's quite complex to build software, many little hooks and things and interactions. So it's quite a big, ambitious project, even though it's all online. It's a big piece of infrastructure. So the cool thing is it's all online and the code is there, open source. You can fork it, replicate it, use it, or help out to improve it. So if you're a coder and you want to help out, then I would say go to the Github or Discord and you can help building the software.
Link in the description.
Yes.
By now you know how our week goes, but Friday is a bit different because it's the time we take care to maintain and to clean Basecamp. We do it all together in the afternoon, so we don't get distracted during the week, and the task seems much easier when we do it collectively. We clean the kitchen, the workspace, the toilet and the shower. We also repair stuff, do some brush cutting and weeding. Once it's done, we have what we call Human Hour. This is a time when we take care of ourselves as a group and we share how we are doing, how we feel, and give some feedback to each other. It's kind of a special moment which helps us to build a sense of community. After all of this, we can start the weekend together, and we come together, we light up the oven and we eat normally pizza, although we are trying to introduce other dishes for some more variety. And that's all for now. I leave you for this week. In the next update, we will make a storage at the outside of our new container. If you like what we do, you can support us on Patreon and you will get to watch our next video now without any ads. If not, you can subscribe and help us with the algorithm. Thanks for watching and see you in the next week.